Welcome to India Business Insights. Today we present you our monthly Indian economy update up to the end of October 2025. We are bringing you the most significant economic development from the last month, focusing on what matters the most to investors, businesses, and anyone who is interested in India's growth story. October has been particularly exciting for several positive surprises that reinforces India's position as one of the fastest growing economies. As we move into the festival season, the Indian economy is showing remarkable resistance and momentum, from record-breaking GDP growth to historic low inflation, from festival-driven consumption to manufacturing breakthroughs. October 2025 has delivered some genuine economic surprises that we need to look at. Q1 FY26 GDP performance, a strong start. Last month, we reported that India's economy has kicked off FY26 with impressive momentum, achieving 7.8% real GDP growth in first quarter of financial year 26. This isn't just a number. This represents the highest quarterly growth in last 5 quarters, making a clear departure from the slower growth trajectory we observed throughout financial year 25. What makes this achievement even more remarkable that it was accomplished despite global headwinds, including the ongoing supply chain disruptions and the monetary tightening by major central banks. Breaking down the Q1 performance. The story gets even more interesting when we examine the sectoral contributions. Manufacturing led the charge with 8.2% growth, driven by the successful implementation of PLI schemes and significantly improved the capacity utilization across industries. The service sector maintained its strong performance with 7.1% growth, with IT services and financial services leading the pack. But perhaps the most surprising element came from construction sector, which has grown by 9.8%. This reflects government's massive infrastructure push with increased capital expenditure flowing into roads, railways, ports, and digital infrastructure. The consumption revival story. More importantly, private consumption expenditure grew by 7.4%, which confirms that India's domestic demand engine is firing all cylinders. This consumption growth is not uniform. It tells different stories across the regions and demographics. With improved monsoon patterns and higher agricultural outputs, rural consumption has shown reburst recovery across essential items and durables alike. The urban consumption, despite some volatility earlier in the year, has been energized by festival preparations and improved employment conditions. The IT sector's strong performance has translated into higher disposable income among urban professionals, contributing to consumption growth in discretionary items like electronics and travel. Investment growth holds strong. Gross fixed capital formation grew 7.8%, driven primarily by 33% increase in government capital expenditure. After a period of hesitation, private sector investment is showing clear signs of revival. Foreign direct investment continues flowing in, with September 2025 seeing $3.2 billion in FDI inflows. High-frequency indicators confirm the trend. The GDP performance is supported by various high-frequency economic indicators. Vehicle sales data shows passengers vehicle sales rising 6% year-over-year in September, while two-wheeler sales showed strong recovery, indicating rural demand improvement. Tractor sales hit all-time record with 105,000 units sold only in September, a clear indicator of agricultural prosperity and rural confidence. Industrial production data of August 2025 showed 6.7% growth. Inflation achievement, a policy success story. September 2025 delivered something extraordinary. CPI inflation just at 1.5%, one of the lowest levels we have achieved in recent memory, and significantly below RBI's 4% target. This achievement is particularly remarkable given that the major economies like US and Eurozone are still grappling with inflation rates above their target. The food inflation miracle. Food prices, which have traditionally been volatile and politically sensitive in India, have shown remarkable stability. Vegetable prices moderated significantly due to good monsoon performances across most regions. Cereals and pulses prices remained stable thanks to government interventions and good harvest prospects. Government successfully maintained a buffer stock of key commodities while improved logistics and storage infrastructure. Core inflation context. While headline inflation has declined dramatically to 1.5%, the core inflation at 4.3% provides a nuanced picture of underlying price pressures. This core inflation figure suggests that while one-time food price effects are driving the headline inflation down, underlying demand pressure remains robust, positive signal for economic growth. RBI's strategic positioning. The Reserve Bank of India has maintained its optimistically vigilant stance, keeping the repo rate at 5.5% while remaining ready to adjust the policy if needed. RBI's liquidity management has been partially effective, using variable rate reverse repos and market stabilization schemes to manage liquidity. Regional impact. The inflation success story has had varying impacts across regions. Urban centers have benefited the most from the food inflation moderation, while rural areas have seen additional support through improved architectural incomes. This dual benefit has contributed to the balanced consumption growth that we have observed across rural and urban markets. Festival season impact. September-October economy. The early festival calendar has been a game changer for September-October economic performance. Navratri starting September 22nd instead of the usual early October timeline pulled some October demands into September, creating a temporary but significant boost in consumption patterns across multiple sectors. The GST collection success. September 2025 saw GST collections hit 1.89 lakh crores, representing a 9% year-over-year increase despite recent rate cuts on 22 different items. This performance is particularly impressive because it demonstrates that consumption growth is sustainable even when tax rates have reduced. Passenger vehicle sales rose 6% year-over-year in September, with the growth particularly strong in SUVs and premium cars. Tractor sales hit unprecedented levels with 1,05,000 units sold only in September, a clear indicator of agricultural prosperity and rural economic health. The two-wheeler segment also showed strong recovery, with the sales growing 11% year-over-year. The e-commerce festival performance. E-commerce sector delivered exceptional performance during the first 11 festival days, with gross merchandise value exceeding 60,000 crore and showing 20% year-over-year growth. This performance was driven by aggressive discounts and improved last-mile delivery capacities. Mobile phones remained top-selling category, with premium smartphones selling particularly in strong demand. Banking and finance services. Banks reported increased credit card usage during the festival season, with transaction volumes up 25% compared to pre-festival levels. Digital payments through UPI also showed significant growth, with transaction values increasing 30% during the festival period. External sector update. Resilience amid global challenges. Exports grew 6.7% year-over-year, led by engineering goods and electronics. Export composition evolution. Export basket continues to evolve favorably, with engineering goods maintaining its leadership position at 28% of total exports. Electronics and IT products continue their upward trajectory with 18% of exports, with physical exports increasing even as software services maintain their dominance. Trade balance dynamics. The trade deficit witnessed 32 billion in September, reached 17.3 billion due to higher crude oil prices globally. White gold exports continued for festival demands and investment purposes. Forex reserves strength. Service exports continue to demonstrate India's competitive advantage in knowledge-intensive sectors. Software services maintain their global dominance, while business services and financial services exports are showing strong growth. Regional trade pattern. India's trade with different regions have shown interesting patterns. Trade with ASEAN countries has grown significantly, supported by various trade agreements. The Middle East and Gulf countries continues to be an important trading partner, particularly for energy and petrochemicals. Africa is emerging as an important export destination, with Indian companies increasingly finding the opportunities in African markets. Manufacturing momentum. PLI schemes delivering results. The production-linked incentive schemes launched in past few years are now delivering tangible results across multiple manufacturing sectors. This transformation represents one of the most significant success stories of India's industrial policies in recent decades. Electronics manufacturing success. India has emerged as major mobile manufacturing hub with domestic production replacing significant imports. The PLI scheme for electronics has attracted the major manufacturers to establish production facilities in India, creating a comprehensive ecosystem for mobile components and accessories. Apple's expansion in India amplifies this success story. The company has significantly increased the iPhone production in India. This expansion creates thousands of high-skilled jobs and position India as a crucial node in Apple's global supply chain. Automotive sector transformation. The automotive sector demonstrates a successful transition towards electric vehicles, with India positioning itself for global EV transition. Tata Motors' electric vehicle portfolio has expanded significantly, with Nexon EV becoming one of the best-selling electric vehicles in India. Mahindra's investment in EV technology and manufacturing capabilities are paying dividends. Pharmaceutical industry enhancement. India's pharmaceutical sector is successfully moving up the value chain, focusing on complex generics and biosimilars that demand higher prices and margins. This sector's regulatory compliance compatibilities have also improved, with more Indian companies receiving approvals from US FDA and European EMA for manufacturing facilities. This regulatory recognition is crucial for accessing premium markets in developed economies. Textiles and technical innovation. Specialized fabric used in industrial applications, medical devices, and high-performance apparel. This segment offers higher margins compared to traditional textiles and aligns with India's shift towards technology-intensive manufacturing. Sustainable manufacturing practices are also gaining prominence, with Indian textile manufacturers adopting eco-friendly processes and materials. This shift is attracting international brands for sustainable supply chain partners. Agriculture recovery, monsoon magic supporting economic growth. The extended monsoon session has been a blessing for Indian agriculture, with rainfall 9% above the long period average, providing significant benefits to farmers and rural economy across the country. Kharif crop performance. Rice production has shown good results across producing states, with Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Haryana responding above normal yields. Cotton production has improved significantly in Gujarat and Maharashtra. This improved cotton production is supporting textile industries' raw material requirement and creating better income prospect for cotton farmers. Sugarcane production in Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra has been strong. Improved sugarcane yields are benefiting farmers while supporting ethanol blending targets. Rabi crop preparations. With reservoir storage levels at 90% of capacity, the outlook for Rabi crops is extremely positive. Wheat production prospects look excellent in Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Chana production prospects are particularly strong in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. Mustard production in Rajasthan and Haryana is also expected to improve, supporting both edible oil security and farmers' income generation. Rural economic integration. Agricultural market integration is improving through various government initiatives. This platform integration is helping farmers to get better prices for their production while reducing intermediates. Cold chain infrastructure development is improving architectural value addition and reducing post-harvest losses. Government support mechanisms. Government's continuous support through minimum support price mechanisms and direct benefit transfer schemes like PM Kisan is providing additional income security to farmers. Enhanced crop insurance coverage through PM Fasal Bima Yojana is providing risk protection against weather-related crop losses. Infrastructure push, capital expenditure driving transformation. Government's 33% increase in capital expenditure is visible across all infrastructure sectors, representing one of the most significant infrastructure development programs in India's recent history. This infrastructure transformation is not just building roads and bridges, it is creating foundation for long-term economic growth. Transportation infrastructure revolution. Major railway station redevelopment projects are transforming stations like New Delhi, Mumbai Central and Bangalore into world-class facilities. Digital infrastructure acceleration. 5G network deployment is accelerating across major cities and towns, with significant progress in network coverage and infrastructure development. The impact of Digital India initiative is clearly visible in India's increased digital literacy. It has provided improved access to government services and the growth of digital payment systems. Energy infrastructure development. Renewable energy capacity addition continues at rapid pace, with solar and wind energy projects receiving massive investments. The green hydrogen mission is creating new opportunities in emerging clean energy technologies. India is positioning itself to become a major green hydrogen producer and exporter. Water and sanitation infrastructure. The Jal Jeevan mission is making a significant progress in providing piped water supplied to rural households. Looking ahead, Q2 and FY26 economic outlook. Based on September indicators and forward-looking economic data, our estimates suggest that Q2 FY26 growth will be around 7.2%. Festival calendar impact analysis. The festival calendar shift is a key factor in Q2 estimates. In fact, the strong Q1 performance validates the underlying economic momentum. The festival spending momentum will continue into Q2, with Diwali spending expected to boost consumption in November. Regional growth variation. States like Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are showing particularly strong performance in their manufacturing and services sector. Gujarat's industrial growth continues, while states like Uttar Pradesh and Bihar are benefiting from improved agricultural performance. Southern states are demonstrating strong service sector growth, particularly in IT and financial services. Western states are benefiting from manufacturing growth and improved industrial performance. Northern states are seeing agricultural recovery translating into broader economics benefits. Sectoral outlook for H2 FY26. For Q3 FY26, we expect the growth around 7%. Rural recovery should gain further more momentum as agricultural incomes translate into consumption spending. Key growth drivers identifications. Several factors will drive economic growth in remainder of FY26. Rural recovery will continue as agricultural sector gain momentum. Government spending acceleration is expected as fiscal year progresses. Manufacturing sector momentum should continue. Export growth in engineering and electronics sector provides additional support to manufacturing growth. Risk factors and mitigation. Global risks, including trade tension, commodity price volatility, and monetary policy changes in major economies could impact India's growth. However, India's strong domestic fundamentals and policy framework provides buffer against these external prices. Domestic risks include weather-related agricultural performance variations and potential supply chain disruptions. Government's proactive policy framework and improved infrastructure provides mitigation mechanism for these risks. What this means for different stakeholders. For business leaders and entrepreneurs, digital transformation accelerating across sectors offer technology adoption opportunities for businesses to improve efficiency and competitiveness. For investors and financial marketers, stable inflation environment supports equity market stability and provides opportunities for growth-oriented investments. Foreign investors should note India's improving competitiveness and the positive policy-making environment. For consumers and households, lower inflation means improved purchasing power, allowing consumers to maintain consumption levels even with moderate income growth. The digital economy expansion is creating new opportunities for consumers to access better products and services at competitive price. For employees and job seekers, manufacturing sector expansion is creating new employment opportunities, particularly in technical and skilled positions. For policymakers and government, the economic success validates the effectiveness of various policy initiatives. This success provides momentum to implement additional reforms and policy initiatives. Conclusion and next month's watch points. October 25 has been a remarkable month for Indian economy. The combination of strong GDP growth, historic low inflation, festival season consumption boost, and manufacturing sector momentum creates a compelling picture of Indian economy performing well in multiple dimensions. Key achievements this month. The 7.8 Q1 GDP growth demonstrates the underlying strength of Indian economic fundamentals. The 1.5 inflation rate represents one of the most significant monetary policy successes in recent years. Critical watch points for November. As we move into November, several key economic indicators will determine whether positive momentum will continue or not. Government spending acceleration during final quarter of fiscal year will support economic growth. Manufacturing export performance will indicate whether domestic production advantages are translating into international competitiveness or not. Looking forward to FY26 completion. Government spending acceleration, agricultural sector momentum, manufacturing sector growth, and service sector resilience all need to align for continued strong performance. The broader economic narrative. India's economic story in October 2025 represents more than statistical achievements. This economic performance also strengthens India's position in global economy. Call to action. What aspect of India's economic performance interests you the most? The manufacturing growth, the inflation success story, the festival season consumption, or the broader growth momentum? Let us know in the comment section below and we will address all of your questions in upcoming videos. If you are enjoying these monthly economic updates and finding them valuable for understanding India's economic trajectory, then please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so that you never miss our economic analysis. Until next month, keep watching the numbers, stay informed about India's incredible economic journey, and remember, understanding economic trends helps you to make better decisions in your personal and professional life.